I'm AlphaKnight and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Emiko, the second born sibling. I've been saying for years that I wanted to redesign these characters, and after a few months of work, I finally finished. For all three designs, I've used the same layout I did with Saki's, front and back of combat gear. I designed front and side profiles, tattoo presentation, and 2 action poses. The only difference was this weird weapon pose that I did on the far right. Also, just like Saki, I skipped full line art because honestly, I didn't feel like doing it. So let's start with Emiko's physique. She's not super strong, but she's got enough muscle to fire a bow and deal damage. Like her Chibi Chaos counterpart, she's a little more busty, but nothing exaggerated or ridiculous. She's toned and flexible and athletic, not an acrobat, but trained enough that she could definitely compete at an Olympic level. I've always had that image for her, and now I'm just running with it. Emiko's animal is the Panther. I haven't decided exactly how their animal traits will be classified yet, but for her, it's simple panther ears. They've always been a straightforward design, so this time I took pride in adding some extra detail to make them stand out. Her design overall reflects her background: elegant, intelligent, and a strategist. Emiko is the planner and the mission leader when it comes to tasks they have to carry out. She's serious most of the time, but she can loosen up and joke around when the moment calls for it. Now let's talk about her hair. I've always drawn Emiko with long hair, and that's not changed, but I wanted to explore different hairstyles for her. For her combat look, I went with a braid. I was inspired by characters like Jinx, who use braids in battle. It's practical, keeps the hair out of the way, and still looks cool. Looking back, it does resemble Rumi's braid from K-pop Demon Hunters, but she looks badass, so I don't know if I want to change it. For training, I originally tried a ponytail, but I didn't like how it came out. Instead, I went with this odd bun that kind of formed into a hair bow. Don't ask me how it works, I just like it. Next up is her tattoo. These tattoos represent who and what the siblings are. I redesigned them when I updated the color palettes. I love the new placement for Emiko's tattoo. I wanted the positioning to feel natural to the body part that it's on. Her earring design was inspired by a character from the anime Noragami. The character Kazuma turns into an earring that helps the god Bishamon with tracking and aiming and various other sight-related things. A while back, I drew Emiko with this Dragon Ball Scouter type device, but it felt too bulky. I wanted something sleeker that matched her combat gear, so I gave her a silver box-shaped earring. It's meant to act as a sight aid, helping with range, distance, and other functions I'll figure out later on. Now onto her gear. This was tricky. Her first design was way too simple, and the second leaned more casual instead of combat ready. I have this other design that my sister asked for after I did the New Year's look for Saki on a collaboration with a friend. That's where her current one-piece base sleeve and arm guard came from. I added that arm guard specifically because as someone who's done archery, I know firsthand how much a bowstring can sting on your arm after various uses. Early versions of her gear had more drapey, flowy fabric to show elegance, but that wouldn't make sense for an archer or hunter. At this point, I ended up trying an assless chaps design to show off her tattoo, but my sister wasn't a fan, so I scrapped it. The biggest addition I wanted to add was her quiver. Emiko's weapon is her bow, but her arrows are limited, something I planned from the start. Since Tadaki is the engineer of the siblings, he would craft her special custom arrows, kind of like Hawkeye. Her training outfit was just something I found on Pinterest that I liked, so credit to whoever created it. Unfortunately, there wasn't a name listed in the description. For her color palette, I wanted pink that leaned closer to red than purple. I've never been a big fan of magenta, so that felt more fitting. For her eye color, I had previously done them as green and would change to this really pretty electric blue when she was angry or to like power up. Instead, I just changed it to the electric blue entirely. On my second pass at her combat gear, I leaned into a hunter theme inspired by Destiny. Hunters in the game are known for their capes, and I thought that aesthetic was perfect for Emiko. The triangular accents I used were meant to resemble arrowheads, and honestly it turned out way better than the earlier concepts. While we were working, I also realized I had drawn her quiver facing the wrong way. Since she holds her bow in her left hand and she draws with her right, the quiver should open toward her right shoulder, so I fixed that. All in all, Emiko turned out more amazing than I could have imagined. I'm so excited to draw more of her and Saki together. I already have a piece in mind for the two of them, and I can't wait to keep building the siblings' stories. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd recommend so you don't miss the Brothers Speed Paints. New Chibi Chaos episodes are still in the works. They'll be out when they're ready, so stay tuned. Leave a like if you're in love with Emiko's redesign, and drop a comment about what you're most excited to see next. Thanks for hanging out today, and I'll see you on our next stage. Bye-bye!